and he's just all-rounded an amazing disciple and servant of Srila Gurudev. So, Rasik Mohan Prabhu, I'm going to pass it over to you.
Hare Krishna. Can you hear me all right?
Yes, we can.
Dandavad pranams to everyone. I've been watching since yesterday and the day before, and it's been so beautiful to see all our God brothers, God sisters, and also so many Vaishnavas of so many different organizations glorifying Srila Gurudev. It's been very inspiring. Thank you for this opportunity to have a chance to glorify my beloved Guru Pad Padma today. Thank you for remembering us. Actually, I'm in New York right now, but I feel like we're remembering Vrindavan. Gurudev always instructs us to try to be in Vrindavan, either physically or by mind. So trying to be there physically, mentally at least. So I'll speak for a few minutes. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Vandeham Shri Guruvaram Shirupanuga Pravaram Brajarasarasikang Cha Narayanam Tang Prapanam Shri Gurum Charanam Vande Ramana Prastaya Bhutale Rupanuga Bhaktidam Cha Kripa Murti Narayanam. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, everybody. So I don't know how much time I have, but I guess you'll be holding up the sign when it's 2 minutes left to go, right? I thought it was supposed to be on by 2, so I can go to about 2:30. Is that all right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, there you go. Wow, so Srila Gurudev's glories are unlimited, and I really feel like a dwarf trying to reach the moon to speak about Gurudev's glories. I remember the devotees talking about Gurudev saying that if all the land was paper and all the oceans were ink, still we would not have enough space to write the glories of Srila Gurudev. Because we perceive Gurudev in this world according to our perception and how fortunate we were to be with him in the limited time we had. But yet Gurudev is Radha Krishna's eternal associate, eternally with Mahaprabhu, performing Leela in endless Brahmandas, in endless universes. So still we can try to speak a few things, like a small baby tries to speak or tries to walk and the parents become very happy. Srila Gurudev, there are so many gurus in the world, and there have been and there will be. And yet Srila Gurudev, he had such a powerful presence, sweetness, and also his message that wasn't something that was so commonly found. Even in the Gaudiya line, something that was often very hidden, that Gurudev fearlessly broadcast. Gurudev would tell the devotees, do not be like kittens and mice. I want you to be very bold lions and lionesses. To his sons and daughters, Gurudev would say. And yet Gurudev's, we can find many people who are very strong, courageous, but yet Gurudev was boldly presenting such a soft, sweet, intimate thing. It's very astonishing to see that Gurudev would boldly proclaim everywhere. Madhava, that what? Athapa rahita surai nahi jani, radha anadhara koiras abhimani. Those who are only worshipping Krishna without Srimati Radhika, they're very proud. They're very proud. Radhika dhasi jadi hoy abhiman shigrai milai tava gokula khan. Gurudev would say, those who have the pride, the abhiman, Generally, we think these things are bad things: lust, anger, greed, pride. But spiritual life is such a wonderful thing that everything can have its positive position. Lust, oh, have calm to worship and serve Sri Krishna, devotion for Krishna. Anger, those who are against the devotees. Even pride, what is the good pride? Radhika dasi jadi hoy abhiman sigra milai tava gokulakan. If we develop the attitude that I am the servant of the servant of the servant of Srimati Radhika, very quickly Krishna will come running behind us. So Srila Gurudev gave us this message, and he didn't preach it also in a sentimental way, or you could say without strongly following, all the rules and regulations. Gurudev showed us with examples like Raghunath Das Goswami. Raghunath Das Goswami had the most anurag, the most attachment to Radharani's service. But yet his vairagya patanera reka, his strong following of the principles of bhakti was like lines etched in stone. So Srila Gurudev was like that his whole life. Even before he joined the Mutt in the 40s, he was chanting 1 lakh Harinam every day. And then throughout, Gurudev spoke this in his own interviews for 60 plus years, every day chanting 1 lakh Harinam, 2 lakh Harinam. Gurudev would say at least 1 lakh, sometimes 2 lakh, sometimes more. And so Gurudev was so firm in his devotion like that. But not only that, I feel myself very fortunate that at a young age, when I was 9 years old, Srila Gurudev came into my life. They say the great personalities, they come to us. We are very foolish, ignorant. I am ignorant, conditioned soul. I did not go to Gurudev. Gurudev came to me in New Braj, and he swept up our whole community, and he brought us to his lotus feet, brought us into his pocket, and he said, I'm taking you in my pocket. I will offer you like flowers to Shri Radha Govinda, Shri Radha Sham Sundar. So from young age, from our time I was 9, my whole life just was all based on Srila Gurudev. When he was young, Gurudev was described to be like a Chakravarti. Chakravarti means someone around everyone revolves. And I think that's probably true for a lot of Gurudev's disciples, that from the time they met Gurudev, it was always like, when will I next see him? When will it next be Kartik and I will go to see him? When will it next be he will come to New Braj, or he will come, in Hawaii, we would see Gurudev, or in Alachua, or the European festivals. It was all about, when will we next see Gurudev? And so it was so special to always have the chance to, really, Gurudev, real Guru is like that. He is Vyas. We're celebrating Vyas Puja. So Vyas is one who connects us from the material realm to the spiritual realm. He is that line dissecting matter and spirit and connecting us to the higher transcendental realm. So everything became, centered on Guru Bhakti. But Gurudev, he did not just teach us to worship himself. Gurudev taught us pure bhakti. Many gurus are there who say, worship me, I am like God. But Gurudev was never like that. He said, worship Sri Krishna with pure devotion. They said, how are we going to worship Krishna? What is pure devotion? Who are the examples of the purest devotion? Therefore, Gurudev would say, Vrikrititam Vrajavadubir idam cha Vishnu shradhanvito anusuyad ata varnayadya bhakting parang bhagavati pratilabhya kamam hridrogam asu apinoti achivena dhira. He said, you should try to follow the footsteps of those who have this real love for Krishna in the purest sense. And therefore, you should try to follow the Brajavasis, especially the Brajadevis. And those Brajadevis who are themselves in the very intimate service of Srimati Radhika. Therefore, Gurudev gave us that vision that was very rarely seen. Anarpita charim chirat karunaya avatirna kalau. Mahaprabhu came to give us that. But Mahaprabhu engaged and relied upon Radhika's own kinkaris to do that. Mahaprabhu is Krishna with Radhika's mood. So he was practicing, tasting the moods of Srimati Radhika. But then who did he send to broadcast this everywhere? He sent Srila Gurudev. He sent the 6 Goswamis, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. All of our acharyas are building up this, it's described like the palace of the Bhagavatam. And the top of the palace of the Bhagavatam, the moods of Srimati Radhika's service to Sri Krishna and service to Srimati Radhika. So many acharyas come. We have to build the platform, we have to build the palace. But what did Gurudev do? Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada talks about this. The most important temple to build is not just the external temple. That's very important. But even more important, the temple of the Bhagavat and the temple in the heart. Gurudev said, I'm installing thousands of temples in all the hearts of the devotees. But Gurudev's special service, not just building the foundation, Gurudev was installing the heart. What is that heart? Seva Kunj. Gurudev brought and gave us Seva Kunj. This is the heart. Otherwise, you may make such a big opulent place. But if Seva is not there, if you're not serving the divine couple, and if they're not at the center, everything, just for name, fame, followers, wealth, position, vocation. But Gurudev gave us this deepest, most intimate thing. I remember one story, Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj, he glorified Gurudev once, saying, people were asking him, why is Srila Narayan Maharaj speaking so much about Braj, Katha, about the gopis? Is this proper? And he replied that this is the special essence of the Gaudiya Sampradaya that the Acharyas have come to give. But not all of us have Thakurani's instruction to broadcast this widely. We are all doing this Manasi Seva, internally serving these pastimes. But Thakurani, Srimati Radhika specifically gave instruction to her very dear own Kinkari associate, Srila Gurudev, to broadcast this everywhere, fearlessly. So Srila Gurudev performed this service. And that's why we see, I remember in Kartik 2009, when the Pujari of Srimati Radhika at Seva Kunj, showing again the connection to Seva Kunj. Gurudev said, Seva Kunj is my heart. So Shamarani Mataji made this Seva Kunj painting by Gurudev's direction. All the little details directed by Gurudev. And he said, this is my heart. So in 2009 Kartik, the Pujari of Srimati Radhika in Seva Kunj Vrindavan came late at night to Sripad Madhav Maharaj with Radhika's prasadi, tulsi, mala, and prasad and said, Thakurani Srimati Radhika has sent this to your Gurudev. Again and again, she was waking me up and saying, quickly, go take my prasad to him. That, who is he? Actually, he is she. He is my very dear maidservant. Now he is in his Gaur Parashad Roop. He's in his form as Mahaprabhu's associate, broadcasting Raga Marga Bhakti Loke Kodite Prachar, broadcasting this sweet Raga Bhakti. But really, he is my Kinkari. So it was seen by the devotees as like a sign that, now Srimati Radhika is again calling Gurudev back into her service. So that time was very difficult for a lot of us. We know Srila Gurudev soon entered his sickness pastimes. And I've been thinking the last few days that on one hand, I feel very fortunate that I met Gurudev when I was 9 years old. And so from that point on, every time Gurudev would see me, he would say, now you're young, when you grow up after Gurukul, I want you to be a brahmachari, serve my mission. Every time he would see me, he would tell me like that. And so since then, I've been trying somehow or other in my whatever small capacity. But yet, I would, if I was more fortunate, I would have met Gurudev when he was young in the mat. And then I could spend my whole life with Gurudev. Now we have to look forward at a long life or short life, but whatever years I have, Gurudev is not directly in our vision. So therefore it is like, what are we here to do? How can we continue on? Our only hope, my only hope is that, Gurudev would say, we're not here in this world to pass our time idly. We should take this precious message and follow this practice in our life and also share it with others. Guru Seva. So Guru Seva is the most important. It said, Sarva sadhana mukhya hi Guru Seva sadhadartaya bhaktir bhagavati anja sayat sukavaha. The easiest and best process of bhakti is Guru Seva. So Guru Seva is Harinam. Guru Seva is chanting our mantras. Guru Seva is preaching. Guru Seva is publishing books. Guru Seva is all of these things. If we understand they are my Gurudev's Seva. If this is pleasing to Gurudev, then I will do it. Then we can feel that connection. So I'll just end with this thought that before we were always thinking, Gurudev will come once a year to see us in our area, or we'll go to see Gurudev on tour. We'll go to see Gurudev at Kartik. We'll go to see Gurudev in Navadvip. So now where do we go to see Gurudev? It's more difficult. Now also COVID makes things more difficult to travel, more difficult to move around. So we can see, Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj would say that there's always Krishna's smiling face in every circumstance. So now it's a time that we can go to see Gurudev internally, chanting Harinam, remembering Gurudev. Raghunath Das Goswami prays, Chapan Danda Ratri Dine, Janina Radha Govinda Divine, Tarpar Chari Danda Suti Thake, Swapne Radha Govinda Deke. That because Raghunath was always absorbed in serving Radha Govinda in his waking life, then even in his dreams, he would be serving Radha Govinda. So I pray that I can serve Srila Gurudev constantly by body, mind, and speech, Tan Man Vachan, with all my waking hours, and then hopefully Srila Gurudev will also appear in my dreams, because otherwise, where can we find Srila Gurudev now? We can also find Gurudev in our God brothers, God sisters. Gurudev is in the hearts of everyone. But now it's a chance and a time to go internal and to pray to Gurudev, to follow the process, to have faith in the process, to have faith in Srila Gurudev's transcendental nature and position. Gurudev, it said that if we think Gurudev is a mundane mortal, we'll be residing in a hellish condition. Arche Vishnu Shiladir Guru Sunara Matir Vaishnava Jati Buddhi. If we think, oh, Gurudev is a man, a great preacher who came and, taught about bhakti path, this path, and then, he left, he died. Then Guru Sunara Matir Yasyasa Narakisa. It's like living in hell. Gurudev, it's like we have this diamond in our hand and we cast it aside. Gurudev is not an ordinary mundane personality, mundane man or woman. Gurudev is Nitya Lila Pravishta. He is eternally in Radha Krishna's pastime, serving them. He is eternally present. Therefore, today I'm remembering Gurudev and trying to connect there. I'll reference one pastime. I won't tell the pastime. Just to end. Shyamananda Prabhu, when he was very old, his disciples were always afraid, oh, Guru Maharaj will leave soon. And so one time it appeared that he entered Samadhi. Same thing happened with Narottam Das Thakur. When he was very old, he was sowing sickness pastimes. And everyone began to ridicule him. And then they took him, he went to the Ganga, bathed in the Ganga, and he began dancing like a young man, showing that he is transcendental. Shyamananda Prabhu, when he was very old, one time he went into a trance and everyone thought he was not breathing. They checked his pulse was not there. For 2-3 days, he was like that. So Ramchandra Kaviraj came and he said, don't disturb him. I will also sit in trance, in Samadhi, and go wherever he is and see what is the holdup. So he went into Samadhi. He saw his Guru Maharaj was there at Radhakund searching for Radhika's toe ring. And then they found it together. Then they came back and again appeared. Another pastime, Shyamananda, for once, he was so absorbed in Radha Krishna's holy lila that when he came out of his trance, he saw his whole body covered in holy colors. People thought, how is that possible? Raghunath Das Goswami, there's so many stories like that. So we should understand Gurudev is eternally in that realm. He is the spiritual, like a sun. When the sun rises and sets, we don't say the sun has died. The sun rises, the sun sets, never dies. So Gurudev is in that realm. Sometimes he comes to this world. So I'm trying to pray and connect to Gurudev in that transcendental realm. And it's so important to always have, honor and respect to everyone, to all our God brothers and God sisters. When the gopis were in separation from Krishna, they came together and they prayed. They prayed together, they sang Gopi Geet. Alone, Ekaki Amar Nahi Pai Bal Harinam Sankirtan. Alone, we have no strength. This path of bhakti is very hard. Kali Yuga is full of so many faults. It's so difficult. But together we have a chance. So it's so important to have these programs together. And I want to thank everyone so much for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. I feel like I could hear you speak for hours and hours and hours and not get bored. I wish we had more time. But we'd love to invite you for our Sunday programs to speak, to glorify Gurudev further and, give you more time to really go in depth and glorify Gurudev. But yeah, Dandavat pranams to you. Thank you so much for that. That was so beautiful, really touched my heart. I think the next speaker is Vrindavan Chandra Prabhu, who is with you, I believe.
Yes. I'll just move aside. We'll just use the same computer. Haribol.
Dandavat pranams, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna Prabhu. You have 15 minutes. Take it away.
Ajnanatamyandasya Gyananjana Salakaya Chakshu Militam Jena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. We're all very fortunate that we have gathered on this cyberspace to hear and speak and remember our beloved Guru Pada Padma Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami. His glories can't be described by an insignificant soul like myself. However, my job is to remember and to make this come out of my mouth as much as possible in order to purify my own self. And so if anything I say that sounds good, this is the Guru Pada Padma coming. Anything that is wrong, this is my mistake. Srila Gurudeva would come all around to cities in this world and say, why have I come? And hey, speak, and why have I come? Why have I come? And people would all around the world come up and give their explanation. You know, it was kind of like Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Ramananda Roy. It was like, oh, tell me more, tell me more. Because it's like, no, tell me really, why have I come? Remembering Srila Gurudev, not where has he come from? All these things come into play. He's a transcendental associate of Sri Radha and Krishna, not a part of this time and space, not a part of this dimension, but has transcended. Like Rasik Mohan Prabhu said, Vyas is that line that comes from one place to the other, transcending the middle from spiritual to material, but all the while is connected to both. So he's bringing this incredible energy and love and affection that is from that transcendental realm. So he's always asking, well, why have I come? Come on, like really, why have I come? This pure bhakti has come to give pure bhakti. What is pure bhakti? It's bhakti that is uttama. Tama is ignorance. U is without. So anything that is without ignorance is uttama, the topmost. So we have Raja, Tama, and Sattva in our material realm, and they're considered just like a gold ball and chain, an iron ball and chain, a silver ball and chain. But they're all ball and chains. They're all binding us. The Sri Guru is connected to a transcendental reality. And through that connection, this yog, this bhakti yog, that he's bringing, this Sudha bhakti, this anyabhilasita sunyam jnana karmana anavritam. Yes, this is one thing. This anukulyena krishna nushilanam bhaktir uttama, this topmost bhakti, which is connected to Krishna. Srimati Radhika. This is why I've come. This is why he said he has come to give this pure bhakti, this bhakti which is connected to the seva, the lotus feet of Vrishabhanu Nandini Srimati Radhika. This is the reasoning. Guru is listening, and where is that crying coming from? And he's going, and he is giving his kata, he is giving his mercy. He's giving that soul, this jiva who's been lost in this transcendental material realm, countless of births, giving us a chance to make a connection to that transcendental realm where he's from, or she is from. And they're saying, come quick, come now, come immediately out. Radha and Krishna are meeting. So come immediately and take part and witness. We see this in the picture the Gurudeva has given Shamarani Dasi the inspiration to bring into our vision, Seva Kunj. And you see the gopis in the kunj in the back, and they're looking on. There's 4 prominent gopis there, and then there's one off to the side, we can kind of consider ourselves like we want to be eventually guided to that seva, to witness such an amazing event. Rupa-Jendranandana Shamsundar Sri Krishna's giving up everything. His flute is already down, his tears are coming, and eventually he will give up his sham, his darkness. Right there, Seva Kunj is right when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes. This is the glory of Seva Kunj. This is Krishna giving up his Shama Sundar. This is the most amazing Krishna. This is the Krishna that Gurudeva is worshiping, and he is showing us this Krishna with no blackness, this golden Krishna now. This very sweet Krishna who's giving up all this. And Radhika now is giving her complexion to keep him safe. This is that which Srila Gurudeva has come to give. Srimati Radhika, she's waiting. Sri Krishna is supposed to come very soon. Abhisar is about to happen. And Krishna is coming down this path. He's heading to Yavat to meet with Srimati Radhika. But Chandravali has two very prominent sevaks that are also out to find Krishna and bring Krishna to Chandravali's kunj. So Padma and Shaiba, they see Krishna, hey, come with us. Just now, Chandravali is painting very nicely, and we know you are very attracted to art. So please come now and see. And so Krishna goes. After some time, he's really, it's time, I must go. I have a meeting I must make. So by somehow he is making his way out, but Lalita has seen that Krishna has left with Padma and Shaiba, and she's reported this to Vrishabandhu Nandini. And she's become extremely upset. She's developed man, transformation of transcendental love in such a crooked way, this jealous behavior. She orders that all black things from the kunj be covered and removed. This is causing too much pain. So please, gopis, cover my hair. I don't want to see the black. Cover all eyebrows, anything black, dye it, cover it, remove all black. I don't want to see it. It's making me very upset. So all the gopis following Srimati Radhika's order, they're protecting the kunj, and now on this stairway up to Yavat, up to Mankutir in Braja Vrindavan, in this material realm, the Srila Gurudev was so sweet, and to gather us yearly to go on Braj Mandala Parikrama, and he would take us to this place, and we would go up these stairs, 108 stairs up to Mankutir, and on every two of these stairs, Krishna had to get up. There's 216 gopis, all with sticks, waiting to pulverize anything black. So Krishna, now he's heading there. He doesn't realize what has gone on. And he runs into Vishaka, and Vishaka says, hey, what do you think? Where are you going? Up ahead, there's many strong gopis wanting to destroy any black things that will disturb Srimati Radhika's mood even more. So what is your plan? He's like, I'm not sure of my plan now. I just got delayed a little bit, and now I'm ready. You have any instructions for me, Vishaka? So here we see Krishna. He's seeking help. He's showing us we all need to be in this position of seeking help, realizing that we have an insurmountable obstacle in front of us, this material energy, and very easily is distracting us from remembering Krishna and our beloved Guru Padma. So Guru comes in this many forms, and Guru is Krishna. So Krishna is showing also, I can also take Guru, Vishaka. This is the proper way, always taking guidance from our god brothers, our god sisters, our sannyasi John. Believe me, there's many ways to see Krishna out there and helping us. And so Krishna now, he's taking Vishaka's help. Vishaka says, okay, Krishna, I will give you a mantra. And if you repeat this mantra very deeply within yourself, this will be part. So the mantra is, I want to be the maidservant of Srimati Radhika. That's the only thing I want. It's the only thing I want. It's the only thing I want. So how is this? I want to be the maidservant of Srimati Radhika. It's the only thing I want. It's the only thing I want. It's the only thing I want. So repeat this and remember, and now I will give you the second part of your initiation. I will have to dress you. And we have to disguise and cover your dark hair and your dark skin, all your dark features. And I will dress you as a gopi. And I will name you Shama Gopi. And then we will proceed to go meet with Srimati Radhika. So Krishna's now very beautifully dressed. He's very beautiful attire. And he's remembering his mantra, I want to be the maidservant of Srimati Radhika. That's the only thing I want. That's the only thing I want. That's the only thing I want. I want to be the maidservant. And he's remembering deeply. And Vishaka says, okay, come with me now. Srimati Radhika, I will get you into her kutir and I will engage you in her seva. So Krishna goes and he sees, oh man, look at all the gopis. And he becomes somewhat nervous and he approaches and they stop Vishaka and says, who goes there? Well, I'm Vishaka and this is one Saki that I'm going to bring to Srimati Radhika and render some seva. And they look at her, and, who are you? And he's remembering his mantra, I am the maidservant of Srimati Radhika. It's the only thing I want. It's the only thing I want. It's the only thing I want. And Vishaka this is Shama. She's has many arts to offer. So let us go. And so like this, every stair was blocked and the question. So Krishna was going through a lot of tribulations. Hairs were standing on end, his knees were knocking, perspiration. He had some nervousness, especially when he got into the middle and then he had 108, on either side, all around him. There was a lot of gopis and they all had sticks and he was underneath, not so light-skinned. So now he's finally made it, and by remembering this mantra and the help of Sri Vishaka Devi, she's come, and now she's brought Krishna, disguised as Shama Gopi, into this kunj. Srimati Radhika is sitting on her asana in a very slumber mood, and Srimati Radhika looks up and says, oh, Vishaka, who have you brought? Vishaka says, this is Shama Saki, and very good at many things. Try here. She can paint your feet. As immediately when Shama Saki touches Srimati Radhika's feet, she has these very crazy feelings. Says, oh, please stop. Maybe you can do my hair. And Shama Saki touches her hair, and immediately Srimati Radhika's body is feeling. But she's like, how is this happening? How do I feel like this? This is not a normal feeling. So she gives the order, say, oh, maybe there was one thing more you can do. You can decorate this top part of my body, and that may cause me some relief. And as Krishna goes close to Srimati Radhika, he becomes very bewildered, and he starts to paint his little symbol of a makara, which is like this kind of dolphin-like creature. And Srimati Radhika is feeling so much. And when she sees that, she knows, oh, this is Krishna. This is that Brajendra Nanda. And he's gotten in here and he's broken my mind. But I won't let him get away this easy. So she says, okay, stop. That's great. You've done such a great job. I appreciate this. So please, I want to give you a gift. Gopis, please bring. I want to give her a whole new vesh, a whole new set of clothes. So immediately give it to her. No. Shama Gopi says, no, I don't need. I'm doing all of this just out of the kindness of my heart. I don't need any payment. She says, no, definitely. I know you're doing this selflessly. I can tell, Srimati Radhika says, but please, I want to. You must. I will forcibly give you this. And so the gopis start to undress Krishna, and all her kadamba flowers are falling out here and there, and all gopis are singing Radhe 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 Jai 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 Shri Radhe, and laughing, and Krishna singing, oh no, I'm also, but Radhika's man is broken. She is happy. That order is not standing anymore. And in this way, this is why Srila Gurudeva has come to this world. So on this very auspicious occasion, we were remembering Srila Gurudeva and all he has brought, this Braja Vrindavan, this Navadvip Shri Nityananda and Gauranga, giving us very special mercy. So please forgive me for all my offenses and pray for me that I will always remember Srila Gurudeva and I will never forget him. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhu, for sharing those very, very sweet pastimes of Shri Radha and Krishna. That was so beautiful. That really transformed me. I won't say there because I'm most definitely not there, but I could vision it from what you were saying, and it was absolutely beautiful. So thank you so much, Prabhu. Don't know about pronounced to you.